What's up, my comic comrades? Issue 4 of my comic series Astonishing Times just dropped this morning on ComiXology and Kindle. How crazy is that? This is the second to last issue of our first arc for Astonishing Times. And it's a massive issue at that. In a lot of ways, you could argue this is the most important issue of the series, only to be rivaled by the finale in issue 5. For those of you who still might be unaware, Astonishing Times is a 5-issue superhero mystery series I co-wrote with Frank Barberry and artist Rory Coleman. In fact, we see more of two particular heroes of the Astonishing Times universe in the latest issue, Medica and Crossout. But if you haven't already, make sure to pick up issue 1 through 4, which again just dropped today on ComiXology, Kindle, and Amazon. You can also read them for free right now if you're an Amazon Prime, ComiXology Unlimited, or Kindle Unlimited member. Me and the rest of the creative team really hope you check them out. Anyway, in celebration of issue 4 dropping today, I'm gonna briefly recap issue 3, and then we're gonna give you guys a tease of the first 5 pages of issue 4. So with that said, on with the show. Now, if you watched our Astonishing Times episode, you know we already recapped the first 5 pages of issue 3. But to briefly get you up to speed in case you forgot or didn't watch that episode, in the first 5 pages of the issue, we are fully introduced to Infinite for the first time, as we see him remember fighting in the Cataclysm on Earth several years ago. We also learned that he's recruited Gold Rush to help him with his new effort, which is to help him use their knowledge and powers to truly fix the world, create solutions to unsolvable problems. And he's doing this above the clouds in a place called Olympus, named after the famous Olympus of the Greek gods. As Infinite tells Gold Rush, imagine an unlimited supply of free, clean energy. Like I said, saving the world, and this time we make it stick. An alert then goes off saying Olympus has intruders, so Infinite says, scramble the drones, use deadly force. And then on the next page, we see the intruders are none other than Noah and Koken. We then see Noah say, is something wrong? What's that alarm? Koken replies, damn it, should have known better than to trust outdated codes. Brace yourself. I'm taking manual control. Noah then says, brace myself, what's going on? Oh my god, I hate flying. Koken then tells him, just do as I say. Everything will be fine. Trust me. We are then treated to several panels of Koken getting into a dogfight with Infinite's drones while Noah is trying to hold back puke. And I must say, our artist Rory Coleman did a fantastic job with these panels. But soon after this, Koken's skyplane takes a hit, at which point things go black for Noah and he says, what is this? Oh no. Am I? Renee. Harper. Not yet. I can't give up yet. While we see him remembering his father, Koken, and his wife and daughter. But then on the next page, he violently wakes up with Medica saying, steady now, almost back in one piece. Koken then says, good, you're awake. Noah asks, what happened? The plane. Koken says, in pieces. We were pulled from the rubble, saved by this woman and her surgeons. Medica then says, yeah, you're welcome. Noah then asks, you saved me? Thank you. I thought I was a goner. She then tells him, don't worry about it. Saving people is kind of my thing. But I'm surprised to see visitors, especially you, Koken. He then says, I want to know what you've been up to, Medica. This place gives me a shiver. We are deep in their territory now, Noah. Keep sharp. At which point a voice says, it looks like my guests have settled in. Please, eat and replenish yourselves. You took quite a tumble. As we see it's Infinite, Koken then says, you shot down my plane. I knew you were a bastard, but this is a lot even for you. Infinite then tells him, I'll admit perhaps I was a bit too aggressive, but I think we could both agree that it's very wise to be weary of uninvited guests. What did you used to say, Koken? Trust no one? Noah then says to himself while looking at Infinite, I recognized him as soon as I heard his voice. I thought Koken was a big deal, but this is next level. I can't believe this is real. Infinite, the greatest hero the world has ever known. A man who changed the world. And he's standing right in front of me. Infinite then tells Koken, take a seat. We have much to discuss. We're all friends here. Koken then looks at him saying, sure. Friends. Infinite then looks at Noah saying, forgive me, I don't believe we've met. Noah then answers saying, oh, hi, big fan. I have all of your action figures. You're amazing. I mean, Infinite then tells him, no need for that. I assure you, you are amongst peers. Noah says, oh man, I can't believe this. I mean, yeah, hi, I'm Noah. So clearly Noah is fanboying out. Koken then says, yeah, you still got a fan club, even after you disappeared, which I always knew was a sham. But I guess I'll give you a chance to tell me what the hell's going on here, or I could beat it out of you. Infinite then looks at Koken saying, I guess you haven't changed. But yes, reports of my demise were greatly exaggerated. I have simply dedicated myself to a new cause, one that requires complete anonymity. I always sought to save our world, to fix the problems that normal men could not. It's why they called me Hero, Savior, the Boundless. But those titles were unearned. After my time amongst man, I figured it was time to work amongst gods, to get to solving the problems of humanity here in Olympus. Over the years, my time as a hero accrued me much clout and wealth, but I was held back by it. I spent most of my time trying to solve simple problems. I needed an escape, a place where I could think, put my mind to better use. So I fabricated a story. I vanished. But with that came peace, a new beginning. At first, I was alone. But as I worked to solve the unsolvable problems of the world, I realized I would need help. I began to bring others to my cause. A group of brilliant individuals with the power to effect a real change. All done without the noise of so-called superheroics and the rules of society. We've done all we can for mankind as superheroes. Now we will be true saviors. And after Infinite says all this, Koken says, so you call your little science lab Olympus. That's a bit audacious, even for you. While Noah is sitting there listening to all this, he says to himself, this is incredible, being in awe of Infinite's speech. Noah then says to Infinite, I can't believe you're alive. You have to let me interview you. I know you want to keep this a secret, but people have to know. You knew my father. He was your confidant. Please, give me the same chance. Think of my dad. Infinite's eyes then just stare blankly with sorrow behind them before he tells Noah, your untimely arrival does upset my timeline. I've been working on my plans here for quite some time, but I suppose we should make the best of it. How about a tour of the facilities? As Noah starts walking with Infinite, Noah says, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I knew you were awesome, Infinite, but this is something else. Infinite then tells Noah, please, call me Ezra here. Those old names, they were for old ideas. Once Infinite takes Noah outside, he says, why don't you take a look around? I think you'll be excited to see the future with your own eyes. As Noah runs off to take a look at the facility, Koken says to Infinite, kid's easy to impress. Me? I can see what you're doing here. We are then taken to Noah running around the facility, looking at everything, saying, I can't believe this is happening. A secret society of superheroes, and me the one who gets the exclusive on it? This is what I've been waiting for. Forget a promotion. This is gonna change the world. I'll make you proud, Dad. Somehow I can't help but think you've been guiding me this whole time. Noah then walks into one of the buildings saying, hey guys, where did everyone go? He then sees something in there and says, oh cool, you're some kind of robot, huh? As the robot's eyes light up saying, protocol restraint, intruder alert. Elsewhere, Infinite and Koken stare at one of the machines he's been working on. He then tells Koken, I suppose I owe you the truth. You were always keen on that. Koken says, spare me the performance. I've been tracking you since you disappeared. This is unexpected, but I know you're up to something. You wouldn't be hiding if you only had altruistic goals. Why don't you tell me why you're killing people and dressing them up as superheroes? Infinite then says Koken, and it is Koken, yes? You never did trust us with your real name, even when I fought beside you. You hurt me with your accusations, but I'm done playing good guys and bad guys. The human race needs something more aggressive. There's a cancer at the core of humanity, and only I can excise it. Koken says, only you, huh? I guess that's why I didn't get an invite to this little party. You never did respect me, but I found you out. I know you sent those men to kill me, murdered an innocent man, and made him look like Gold Rush. How many have you killed? Infinite then looks at him saying, I haven't killed anyone. There's so much you don't know. Do you think you coming here wasn't part of my plan? We then get a flashback of the Cataclysm where Infinite says, you were always so determined to prove to us you were special. I always pitied you. Not because you were simply a man, but because you were jealous. And with jealousy, there was envy. Suspicion. Koken then says, you always were a condescending prick. Even back then, I could see it. The anger, the rage. You weren't a savior. Behind all that goodwill and heroic bullcrap was something else. Something terrible, just waiting to be unleashed. A secret. And guess what, Ezra? I know everything, and you can't stop me. Infinite says, I don't like what you're insinuating. I think it's time for you to go. I'll have my robots escort you out. Geraldine will perform a mind wipe on you and the boy. Trust me, it's for the best. Koken then says, I don't care how many heroes you've turned to your side. I'm finishing this. What is this machine? What are you really doing here? Answer me. Infinite then tells him, we're done. At which point Koken loses his cool and pulls out one of his swords as he lunges towards Infinite, but Infinite just grabs the blade with his bare hand, saying, poor little Koken, you and your weapons. Do you really think this is enough to stop me? Koken then backflips away saying, that's right. Keep talking, you self-righteous bastard. Infinite then asks, is there something up your sleeve? Koken says, you could say that, or maybe you should have been more careful with your secrets. I brought Noah Sands right to your doorstep. Perhaps you'd like to tell him the truth about his father. We then see a worried look on Infinite's face saying, what? You have no idea what you're talking about. Koken then says, oh, I know all about you and Noah's father. That you told him things, secret things, like how to beat you, a failsafe, in case you were ever compromised. We then get a close-up of Infinite saying no, and on the last panel, Koken says, I've heard enough about your God complex. Now it's time to listen to me. One way or another, we're putting an end to this. And if I have to kill you, I've got what I need to do it, as he holds up a vial to Infinite. And just like that, issue 3 comes to an end. And this, my comic comrades, leads us to our 5-page tease for issue 4. Issue 4 opens up with Noah in the middle of a city saying, what happened? How the heck did I get back here? A voice then says, I was wondering when you'd come back. Been a while, kiddo. Then on the next page, we see Noah strapped to a chair saying, wait, don't, with Geraldine, aka Crossout, saying, oh good, you're awake. Noah then says, I saw somewhere else. What was that? She tells him, the things you see in your head can be more real than most people think. But I'd focus on reality if I was you. She then pulls out a syringe, getting ready to inject something into Noah, as Noah says, you're Crossout. She says, I don't get many fans around here. Haven't gone by that name in a long time. Be a good boy, and let's do this simple. He then says, wait, I don't understand. What happened? What are you doing? She then puts the syringe up to his face saying, don't worry about a thing. Soon this will all just be a bad dream. We are then taken back to Infinite and Koken, where Infinite says, I don't know what you think you're doing with that, but this stops now. Koken says, I know exactly what I'm doing. I thought I could use the journalists to find information. Secrets. Imagine my surprise when he led me to this. You've lost, Infinite. It's time someone put you down. This is my final mission, bringing this whole sick operation to its knees. I'm the hero the world deserves, and I know what you are. One of them, an invader, as he holds up the vial. At this point, Infinite gets pissed off, saying, enough, as his eyes start to glow. Then on the next page, Koken says, wait, as we get a massive shot of Infinite flying Koken through the wall and out of the building. Then on the next page, we see Infinite with his eyes glowing, continuing to fly Koken in the air with his hands around his neck. At which point Koken says stop, as we see fear in his eyes. Koken then shoots an electric venom bite from the hilt of his sword into Infinite's forehead, stunning him long enough for Infinite to lose his grip, with both of them falling back to Earth. Back on the ground, Infinite and Koken stand up, with Koken saying, hit a nerve. Huh. But like I said, I know the truth, where you are from, and I won't let you impose your will on mankind. At which point Infinite starts flying towards Koken saying, you know nothing. But unfortunately, with that, my comic comrades, that brings our tease to a close. So if you want to see where the story goes from here, and trust me, I think you're gonna want to, you can pick up issue 4 today, which is available right now on ComiXology and Kindle. So the entire creative team and myself hope you read this issue because, like I said at the beginning, this is a very important issue. As you just saw from the tease, this is where the crap hits the fan, and we're seeing Infinite and Koken going at it, head to head. I think you all are really going to enjoy it because the portion we just teased is the tip of the iceberg for this issue. But there you have it, guys, a brief recap of issue 3 of Astonishing Times and a tease for issue 4. So one last time, issue 4 is available right now on ComiXology and Kindle, along with the previous 3 issues. So if you haven't read any of the series for yourself yet, you could literally binge the first 4 issues right now. And trust me, even though I do these recaps of the issues, there's a lot of stuff I leave out and things you're not going to experience unless you read the book for yourself. But with that said, I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I especially want to know your thoughts on issue 4. It's an important one for us, but please keep it spoiler free. But just like that, that brings today's episode of Variant to a close. If you like today's video, be sure to check out this one right here. And if you like all of our content, subscribe, like, and comment. It always helps the channel grow. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about all things comics.